spoiler warning. Unless you have beaten The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild after getting the Master Sword and reclaiming all memories, click off this video as it will spoil the ending post-credit cutscene that follows when you unlock all the memories. Now, over to the video. Alright, we admit it. Our first theory about the past was wrong, but the fact that the Champion's Ballad takes place after the defeat of Calamity Ganon is nothing short of awesome. Thanks to Nintendo of France, we now know that DLC 2 will give us the final closure. So in this video, we will go deeper into what DLC 2 will likely be about. Hello everyone, and welcome to another Breath of the Wild DLC 2 video here on the Commonwealth Realm. As you may know by now, the Champion's Ballad will take place after the defeat of Calamity Ganon, so to just get this off our chest, no restored Castletown or ruins in any versions of Breath of the Wild. Moving on, in the post-credits and post-the-end secret scene of Breath of the Wild, Zelda, prior to admitting that she can no longer hear the spirit within the Master Sword, referenced that she and Link will make their way to Zora's domain. Let us be the first to break the ice in this circumstance and tell the truth. The so-called secret ending in Breath of the Wild is in fact the opening to DLC 2 Champion's Ballad, as Zelda and Link prepare to investigate the sudden shutdown of Divine Beast Varuta and visit King Dorephan to give some closure.
Although Ganon is gone for now, there is still so much more for us to do, and so many painful memories that we must bear. I believe in my heart that if all of us work together, we can restore Hyrule to its former glory. Perhaps even beyond, but it all must start with us. Let's be off.
On that note, Link, the hero of Hyrule, and Princess Zelda set off together on a new adventure to appoint new champions, or at least give the descendants, relatives, or friends of the deceased champions some closure, though even the thought of Champion Sidon is a tempting one. Anyway, based on the brief quotes from this secret ending, we can decode the following. We note that the job is not concluded and that there will be more painful memories tied to the deceased champions to be recalled. This is great news, as we know little about the champions and their role in the Goron, Rito, and Gerudo tribes prior to Calamity Ganon's invasion. Obviously, the Zora tribe is here an exception, but with that being said, could it be that we will see some scenes from the lives of the champions without Link or Zelda being present? Or will they fill out more of the missing sections from the champions, Zelda, and Link's quest? And more importantly, will they confirm the timeline placement of this game? Anyone? Okay. But why does Breath of the Wild DLC 2 The Champion's Ballad take place after the battle against Calamity Ganon and Dark Beast Ganon? Simple. In the brief footage supplied by the development team to Nintendo of France, we can see that Zelda is riding on the descendant of her royal stallion from the past, along with two Hylian soldiers, and passing the activated Shawarvo shrine on their way to the Tabantha Hebra flight range, where we all know is the location where we first meet Tiba, the successor to Rivali. Notice that this one would not have been activated in the past, as Zelda tried and failed to activate any of the shrines in Hyrule. It appears that Zelda, with or without Link, will be visiting the four seats of the champion races, Zora's Domain, Rito Village, Goron City, and Gerudo Town, and their spiritual successors to the deceased champions, Sidon, Tiba, Yunobo, and Riju. Speaking of Riju and Gerudo Town, she can be seen hidden behind Zelda and surrounded by her Gerudo guards in the throne room. Link is obviously nowhere to be seen in this scene, as we guess he got tired of cross-dressing and was not allowed inside the town walls. Since Riju was not born 100 years ago, and Zelda was, until the final blow to Dark Beast Ganon, trapped inside the beast, then this must mean that the scene in the Gerudo throne room must take place after the defeat of Calamity Ganon. The same goes for the flight range scene where Zelda is surrounded by two individuals dressed in Hylian soldier armor. One of these two could be Link, but the fact that the other person is most likely a Hylian suggests that Link and Zelda will, at some point in the Champion's Ballad, head for Hateno Village. The reason to believe this is that the Hylian soldier armor, helmet, and greaves can only be bought in Hateno Village, where we all know Link might have a crib to show Princess Zelda, and obviously recruit some inhabitants to protect the liberated Princess of Hyrule. But what other locations might this story-heavy DLC bring us? A good guess is Kakariko Village, where Impa has patiently waited to be reunited with the Princess of Hyrule after 100 years. The question worth asking in this sense is if Nintendo EPD will pull a Skyward Sword on us and let Impa pass away following this meeting. Hyrule Castle could also be a good candidate for a DLC plot point location at some point, perhaps as a part of the effort to rebuild Hyrule. But aren't we forgetting about someone? Oh right, our favorite Rito, Kass, who we know will be singing the Champion's Ballad to both Link and finally, Princess Zelda. This moment cannot be understated, as Kass has been looking forward to meeting the princess for as long as he can remember. It is a given that Kass will be influential to the plot in the DLC 2 Champion's Ballad. A heartwarming premise indeed, but where's the fun factor and action in all of this? Since all the Guardians will no longer be under Calamity Ganon's influence and thus not assault Link and Zelda. So what other threats outside of Bokoblins, Moblins, Lizalfos, Stone Taluses, Hinoxes, and Lynels could there be out in this post-game Hyrule? Well, the Yiga clan obviously, which already is sending its Blade Masters to hunt down Link and now Zelda. Could we bear witness to a confrontation against the Yiga clan? It would definitely be intriguing. We are almost done speculating about the story, and even though this Outset Island shirt looks neat, there's one more thing we have to address. Namely, the dungeon coming in this DLC. Taking into consideration that the Champion's Ballad takes place after the main game with all the functions of the Sheikah Slate in Link's grasp, it could be that the dungeon will be a massive shrine-like dungeon structure or a massive divine beast filled with the Sheikah rune puzzles, guardians, and other technological enemies that we perhaps have yet to encounter. This dungeon could involve Zelda to some degree, either as a companion or at least as a mental support leading up to and inside the dungeon. If this is a traditional dungeon, could an unknown divine beast be the boss we have to defeat Shadow of the Colossus style in this case? Or will we have a much more traditional Zelda dungeon? This is a question we still don't know the answer to, but at least at this point we can confirm the following. The Champion's Ballad is a story-based post-main game DLC taking place after the battle against Calamity Ganon and Dark Beast Ganon and will revolve around Zelda, Link, and the Champions. The true ending to Breath of the Wild is in reality the beginning of the Champion's Ballad. Zelda with or without Link will be visiting the successors and relatives to the deceased champions to offer some closure in the DLC. Zelda will most likely appear outside of cutscenes and be an actual voiced NPC in the game. Link and the Hylians will protect Zelda from any dangers that may appear. Kass will at some point approach Link and Zelda to play the Champion's Ballad. And thus concludes our theories on Breath of the Wild DLC Pack 2, The Champion's Ballad. But we all know what you're probably here for, the winners of our 100,000 subscriber giveaway. Remember, first prize winner gets the first 4 figures Link figurine, second prize gets a hardcover guide for Breath of the Wild, and the 3rd through 12th prizes are either the Breath of the Wild expansion pass or a full year of Nintendo Switch Online for 2018. Winner's choice. So without further ado, here are the winners. Congratulations to all who entered. If you didn't win anything though, do not worry. Everyone who entered and remains subscribed to the channel will be selectable in our loyalty giveaway, where we, each month from now, will pull out one winner of the expansion pack or Nintendo Switch Online for 2018. It will thus result in a sad email for those who win, but unsubscribed in the meanwhile. And besides, even though the charity flag didn't go for more than $100, we still decided to donate $250 to the Hope and Heroes Children's Cancer Treatment and Research Fund. Thank you to everyone who bid in the charity auction. And a great thanks goes to all our patrons, including Patreon royal producer Transcendent Sacred Courage for helping us through the YouTube adpocalypse. Make sure to check out our Patreon for more details. If you liked what you saw, then make sure to like, share, and comment under this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Commonwealth Realm for more Nintendo and Zelda content.